All right, we're getting in more breaking inputs from Bangladesh. Now, amid the unrest in the country, we are learning that, in fact, sources in Dhaka have informed CNN News 18 that the United States has revoked the visa of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. This is the latest input that we are bringing to you. Remember, there was also earlier a statement issued by the U.S. State Department which had shown support towards the new interim government, and that as long as it's keeping the democratic principles in mind, U.S. will be standing by the new interim government. And the latest now we are learning is that the United States has now revoked the visa of former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Important to highlight how the Western stance, primarily Washington, has been very critical of the Bangladeshi former Prime Minister. Remember, during the month of January, when elections had taken place in Bangladesh, US had been very critical. They had accused that Bangladesh had not experienced free and fair elections. And it's little surprise why the visa of the former Prime Minister has now been revoked by the United States. Let's quickly go across to Siddhant, who brings us that breaking input. Siddhant, is this on expected lines?
Well, very much on the expected lines, and this information is being brought to us by editors investigation, Manoj Gupta, that Hasina is not wanted in United States. Hasina's visa has been revoked by United States of America, and this information has been confirmed to Manoj Gupta by an insider close to opposition camp in Bangladesh. In fact, we all know about standard position of US, UK, and whole of Europe as far as Sheikh Hasina is concerned. She is only friends with India. She doesn't have friend in West. They have been making commentary on Bangladesh since the last elections took place in Bangladesh. There were always human rights concerns that which were raised by these countries. Now we are getting to know her has been revoked. In fact, the United States government has revoked the visa. State Department have confirmed Sheikh Hasina has left Bangladesh on Monday afternoon and is currently in India.
All right, so Siddhant bringing us that input on how Sheikh Hasina's visa has been revoked by Bangladesh, as he also highlighted that this is on expected lines. The United States of late, especially Joe Biden's administration, has been extremely critical of Sheikh Hasina, not to forget that whenever it comes to preaching or rather promoting democratic rights, the United States has been extremely selective. But as of now, we're getting in more breaking inputs as we speak. Top government sources, in fact, telling CNN News 18 that the government of India is also in touch with the Bangladeshi military. Remember, they're playing a very critical role right now in the formation of the interim government. Let's quickly go across to Anand Narasimhan of CNN News 18, who joins me on the phone line. Yes, Anand, what are you learning? All right, we will try and reconnect with Anand for more inputs. But at the moment, we are learning that the government in India is very much in touch with regards to the interim government that is being formed in Bangladesh. And they are also in touch with the Bangladeshi military leadership. India is looking towards stability and peace in Bangladesh, as has also been highlighted by various government sources to CNN News 18. Let's quickly go across to Siddhant Mishra, who will tell us more about this input that's coming in. Siddhant, as we've been discussing today, the need for engagement with the new interim government, not to forget the Bangladeshi military leadership, if India wants to ensure the safety of the Hindus under attack over there.
Well, absolutely. Look, it's very, very important to engage with the new stakeholders back in Bangladesh. And in fact, the government of India is engaging with them, and government of India has to understand the situation with the political forces of Bangladesh. Sheikh Hasina was the most preferred choice for India. Indian government has always been in a very cordial relationship with the other players in Bangladesh. Now, what Manoj Gupta is telling us is that they have reached out to the army. Indian government has reached out to army, and the understanding is being developed. India has consulate in Bangladesh. India has High Commission in Bangladesh, and a very proactive mission of Indian government right now in Bangladesh. So Indian government is reaching out to Bangladesh. Also, it's very important to understand and perhaps to take the stakeholders back in Bangladesh in confidence, since India is offering temporary refuge to Sheikh Hasina. She's not going anywhere anytime soon. So it's very important to take them in confidence, because there is any which ways in some section there is anti-India sentiment brewing, because they feel that India has given safe passage to Hasina. India is assisting Hasina
Right.
in fleeing away from Bangladesh. So to pacify the sentiment, also it's important to speak to the stakeholders back in Bangladesh and to clarify India's position, and also that how much India believes in good relationship with Bangladesh. So it's a balancing act which India has to do. On one end, has to protect and give assistance to an old friend like Sheikh Hasina, but on the other end, also give importance to long historical relationship with Bangladesh.
Absolutely. Many thanks to you, Siddhant, for bringing in all those latest inputs. Not to forget that Nobel laureate Mohammad Yunus has in fact been appointed as the chief advisor to the new interim government, and CNN News 18's Mr. Dhaka Jacob yesterday spoke to Nobel laureate from Bangladesh. He's also a renowned economist and a social reformer, Mohammad Yunus, who has now agreed to become the advisor to the interim government. Let's listen in to the CNN News 18 exclusive.
How would you describe the pretty significant and some would say historic events that have played out in Bangladesh today? Within a matter of hours, a long-standing ruler, a long-standing prime minister has been ousted. She's now fled to India, and we're given to understand that she's possibly en route to London.
Yeah, it's a celebration now all over Bangladesh that she has left. Now they're free from her. This was something that they're hoping someday will happen. The students made it happen, but the students' idea was not to get her out. They were simply demonstrating for a simple reason, for quota arrangements that we had. They didn't like it. They wanted to change it. They were just